Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about. This is an article just out right now. Report: McConnell has votes to dismiss new witnesses in impeachment trial. This is absolutely fantastic, and it means, essentially, immediate acquittal of President Trump. So it's essentially the immediate acquittal of President Trump because Democrats want to prolong this for the public relations spin. They just want this to keep going and going and going and going and going. They don't want it to stop. They want it to keep going forever, essentially. And they're not going to get that. They're not going to get that because McConnell has the votes now. So McConnell has votes to dismiss new witnesses in impeachment trial. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell reportedly has enough votes among his Republican colleagues in the Senate to block votes for additional witnesses in the impeachment trial against President Donald Trump. So, as Democrats have continued to push for additional witnesses in the Senate trial, McConnell reportedly believes his party will stick together and vote against having more witnesses, according to ABC News. This is USA Today. When asked by an ABC News reporter Thursday morning if he felt confident about whether he had the votes to block witnesses, the Kentucky Republican responded with a sly grin and said, "I always do." Ha ha, I always do. If you're going to ask me if I have the votes, I never didn't have the votes. I always had the votes. I never not had the votes, if you know what I mean. So it's game over. It's pretty much game over. What's taking place right now, ladies and gentlemen, is yet another real-time loss. Another monumental loss for Democrats. Another hilarious loss for Democrats. And you're going to ask yourself, well, will they admit that they've been defeated? Will they admit this was based on a phone conversation that even President Zelensky states wasn't an example of quid pro quo? There was no quid pro quo and no pressure, no leverage in the phone conversation. Even Marie Yovanovitch. Now they're saying, "Oh my God, he wanted to force out Marie Yovanovitch." So what? That was the diplomat. President Obama forced out diplomats from that were appointed under Bush. What's the problem? There's no problem at all. The military assistance, the call was like a year and a half before the 2020 election. They are so petrified of losing, and they know what's going to happen. They know they're going to lose. They know the writing's on the wall. They know they're going to lose. Anthony Tomato! Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony Tomato. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very kind. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you, Anthony Tomato, for watching. They have the votes. Now, yesterday, there was video that resurfaced of John Bolton saying that, "Oh yeah, I understand there was a call between President Zelensky and President Trump. It was warm and cordial. Warm and cordial, ladies and gentlemen. A phone call between President Zelensky and President Trump was warm and cordial." So I don't know what else you need for this nonsense to end, but they're supposed to either vote today. I believe they're supposed to vote today. Let's continue here. Let's see. McConnell has the votes to dismiss. So this is the first big story today. The majority leader believes he has enough Republican support to defeat any motion brought forward by Democrats regarding additional witnesses in the trial. Republican Senator Ted Cruz confirmed Tuesday he will vote against calling more witnesses. I will tell you why he should be acquitted and why he will be acquitted. Quid pro quo doesn't matter. It's a red herring. It doesn't matter if there was a quid pro quo or not. The reason is a president is always justified and, in fact, has a responsibility to investigate credible evidence of corruption. Yes. So it goes back to Biden. The issue is that Biden should have been investigated under President Obama's administration. Biden is corrupt. Even Bernie Sanders' campaign knows that Biden is corrupt. You cannot be in charge of corruption in Ukraine when your son is on the board of directors of a corrupt energy company in Ukraine. It cannot happen. You cannot fire a prosecutor looking into that corrupt corporation under the guise of corruption. No this. There's not a person on the planet who believes this. Democrats and media, even media is like, well, there was a quid pro quo there, but it was above board. Like they have the mental gymnastics. They have to just twist themselves into a pretzel. They have to twist themselves into a pretzel. And the mental gymnastics is unbelievable. Exactly, Revco. And then you have Democrats who, like Kristen Sinema in Arizona, Joe Manchin in West Virginia, Doug Jones in Alabama. I don't think they'll get unanimous. They will not get a unanimous vote to convict. They will not get a unanimous vote to convict because there's nothing to convict on. It is a phone conversation. They've spent 3 years trying to say that Trump worked with Russia, and they didn't even put or include any of the Mueller probe nonsense, the Mueller fabricated myth, any of the 30-plus indictments that they were so happy about. Oh, my God. None of the Trump Jr. meeting. What happened to the Trump Jr. meeting? I thought that was a clear-cut case of treason. What happened to the 30-plus indictments? Oh, my goodness. What happened to people flipping and singing? What happened to obstruction of justice? Because the issue was, well, they couldn't get Trump on. They couldn't get Trump on any of the other issues because of the Justice Department memo preventing the DOJ from indicting a sitting president. But there was the issue of obstruction of justice. Well, then why didn't they include obstruction of justice in the articles of impeachment? Oh, that's right, because then there would be further inquiry, and John Durham and William Barr would be forced even further into an investigation of people like Kevin Kleinsmith and Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and James Comey and Andrew McCabe and Clapper and Brennan. That's exactly why they didn't include the Mueller probe, because it was a complete farce. They fabricated everything. They could never have included all of Mueller's 500-plus page report because it would implicate them. That's why they don't want Biden or the intelligence operative or Hunter or Schiff to testify, because it implicates them. It implicates them. So it's kind of interesting. When you look at the way Democrats operate, everything revolves around public relations and media. You know what? I like the Niners, but I just have a whole bunch of these hats. I'm not really representing. I don't know who's going to win. I actually like the Chiefs. I like Mahomes a lot, so we'll see. I really like. I don't have. I'm not really. I'm not in it for either side, but my team is the USC Trojans, so my team's more college. I'm more into college, but I mean I love football. I love the NFL and college, but I'm more into college. But we'll see. It's gonna be a good Super Bowl. I think if the Chiefs win, it'll be one of the greatest victories ever because the Niners team looks like a juggernaut. So, but if McConnell has the votes, then votes, then Democrats have nothing. It's an immediate acquittal. They acquit the president. The only thing they can say, that's a monumental defeat for Democrats. The only thing they can say is it's a cover-up, but they already used that line. So it's a cover-up. Trump covered up what he really wanted to do. Captain Red Pill! Do Mitch, it's epic.
I want to thank you, Captain Red Pill, for always watching this channel, and for always giving me such support. Thank you, Captain Red Pill. And for everyone here, I just want to let you know, Nancy, we have the votes, Nancy. You get in the octagon, you're going to get khabibed. I'm going to put you into the Americana. That's a jiu-jitsu hold. Well, Nancy and Schumer, you tried to roll with the best. You got rolled. Oh, how's Biden's campaign doing? Oh, I know Trump is so scared of Biden. Oh, my goodness. Not really. Not really. Nobody's scared of Biden. In fact, Madam Secretary has refused to be served. That's hilarious. So, Captain Red Pill, thank you so very much. What can I tell you? Somebody get Tulsi Gabbard's lawsuit to Madam Secretary. Maybe if you send it via UPS, she'll sign the paperwork. They call me the babyface assassin in Kentucky. Not because of my suave good looks, but because when you mess with me, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. You hear that, Nancy? You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Okay. Miss McConnell out.
Thank you. Revco! The Shampeachment. Shampeachment has been the most epic case of projection I've ever seen. Dems blaming Trump for all the crimes they have committed. Exactly. That's well stated. That's what Democrats always do. But they have the media. See, they don't have to win. They don't even have to win elections. That's why Clinton's going to be nominee. They don't have to win elections. They can just be like, okay, we lost, but we lost because of Bernie Sanders. We lost because of Tulsi Gabbard. We lost because of Jill Stein. We lost because of tiki torches. We lost because of Russia. We lost because of this. We lost because of that. We lost because of Electoral College. We lost because of... they don't have to actually... In life, you have to work at your marriage. You have to work at your job. You have to work at life. You have to improve yourself. Eric H526. Thank you. In life, you have to work at... You don't have, like, if you, lose an account in business or get fired from work or you don't have media, You don't have like ABC News, and now, Bob Jones got fired from his work, but it's okay because it was Russia's fault. Bob, how do you feel today? It really wasn't your fault. It's Russia's fault. Yeah, and it was also Jill Stein. Jill Stein, she fired me from my job, and also, it was, implicit bias and bias and this. Okay, that doesn't happen. The average American is not a Democrat. The average American has to accept reality immediately. And and they have to immediately not only accept reality, but immediately find a way not only to survive, but to prosper, to get ahead, to succeed in life. You can't live life blaming everything but yourself. Almost always, you're the cause of your problems, or maybe there are other people that are the cause of your problems, but that you're at fault for hanging with them or for not protecting yourself from them. I mean, there are always cases. Look, a drunk driver, God forbid. There's certain cases where it's just not a person's fault. There's nothing that person could have done. But 96% of the time in life, there's something that points back to what you were doing. And you just take responsibility for it, and it takes a while to do so, but you do. Democrats don't do that. They have the media. The media will spin anything because the media votes Democrat. That's it. T. Ostheimer, hello. Thank you. Alejo, thank you. It's kind of like this is why Clinton's going to run again, and this is why it's not a problem, because Democrats, they don't care about losing. Sam J. Will Schiff and others ever be investigated? Probably not Schiff, unless he continues to investigate Trump. Then, maybe Trump will be like, William Barr, do something. But, I think that I don't think that Adam Schiff falls within John Durham's investigation, Sam, and William Barr. But, I mean, McConnell, this is a absolute monumental victory for Trump. They want to prolong, they don't have direct evidence that he withheld military assistance because he wanted to interfere in the election. The notion of interference in the election is tied to whether or not Biden deserves to be investigated. Biden, of course, deserves to be investigated. All right, so Biden deserves to be investigated. So the notion that Trump interfered is ridiculous. It's absurd. You're not interfering in an election when you're looking at actual corruption of the other side. You're not interfering when there are conflicts of interest that even President Obama's administration looked into. So, when President Obama's administration told Marie Yovanovitch, hey, there's an issue with Hunter. If you get questions, please refer those questions about Hunter to the vice president's office. Well, that's a big problem. That is a huge problem right there. Because you have an acknowledgement from President Obama's administration that indeed there was a quid pro quo. Indeed there's a conflict of interest. If you have a conflict of interest, and then you have Joe Biden actually bragging Joe Biden actually bragging on video in front of the Council on Foreign Relations, where he's saying, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If that prosecutor is not fired, you will not get $1 billion. That's a problem. George Rivera Jr. The Dems were dumb enough to go to trial, and they actually said they must insist on witnesses that will destroy them. But George Rivera Jr., thank you as always. George Rivera Jr., they are spinning it into a cover-up. Everything is either a cover-up. See, they actually cover up real crimes with servers, with top-secret intel. But see, they say, well, if Trump doesn't get removed, it's a cover-up. We have to then really defeat him even more because he's an authoritarian. So George, they're spinning it into he's a despot, he's an authoritarian, he's out of control. It's a cover-up, even though I agree with you. It's an absolute monumental loss. George Rivera Jr., thank you. Sam Jage. Why are congressmen immune from defamation lawsuits? I wasn't aware that they were. Are they? Let's see. So legislature is by... Okay, so... Let's see. Congressional immunity. The protection afforded legislators to the Constitution guarantee of immunity from suits for slander has been extended over the years to a variety of situations which could have hardly have been envisioned by the founders. The basic problem presented by the expanded coverage is whether the special free speech privilege can now be restricted without impairing a constitutional grant, which is recognized as essential to the process of democratic government. I guess because the founders were so willing to go after one another, like Jefferson and Adams went after one another, big time. So, thank you, Sam. George Rivera Jr. George Rivera Jr. I and everyone here, I like boxing. I like MMA. I like football. I like basketball. I like baseball. I like sports in general. I like soccer. Let's say you have a boxer, and it's Trump with like it's Trump with the Rocky body, and it's versus Jerry Nadler, and he represents the Democrats, and round 1. Trump wins. Round 2, Trump wins. 12 rounds, Trump wins every round. He wins the fight. But what happens is media says, well, Trump took performance-enhancing narcotics. He was on steroids. The judges were fixed. The venue wasn't where Nadler wanted. Democrats always have an excuse. They always have an excuse because the media, they didn't vote for Trump. So they definitely have a stake in how the narrative is run. So they can lose. See, George, everyone here, this is like, I guess the theme of this segment. It's very important to understand. They do not care about winning. Do you understand, everyone? They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about winning. Luke St. Martin, hello. Eric H526, hello. Eric H526, who's your baseball team? Was it Marlins? Who's your baseball team? They actually win. So when Trump gets completely exonerated and acquitted, which means that, and not only acquitted, which means that one or two Democrats will vote alongside Republicans. It's a monumental loss. It's a monumental loss. So, I don't see. I don't see Democrats admitting. That this was a loss. I see them saying, "Oh, well, it's an example of Trump's authoritarian tendencies." George Rivera Jr., thank you. Doug Barnard, thank you. Hello again, HA. Don't you believe the defense could have made the argument that Schiff cannot be a House manager because he is a fact witness? Yes, I do. I agree with that. However, that would be... They're very touchy on the intelligence operative, all of them. Even Chief Justice John Roberts was today. He made Rand Paul read his own message on that issue. So they're very, very touchy. They don't want to touch it. So, I mean, if push comes to shove, they would. But they would then have to I don't know. I agree with you. He should have been a witness. But thank goodness we're not even going to call witnesses now. But the issue of the intelligence operative is a sticky one because there are establishment people on both sides who don't want to touch it. Adam Bomb 31458, thank you so much. Adam Bomb 31458, thank you very, very much. Thank you. Oh, Eric H526, yeah. Okay, awesome. Adam Bomb 31458, thank you. Thank you for always watching. Hope all is well. So yeah, I mean, Adam Schiff definitely should have been a witness, but again, the media and the establishment, Democrats have establishment figures on both sides, like Mitt Romney, and they have the media, and they're able to circumvent responsibility, and they're also kind of able to just pretend. They're able to pretend that they're like everything they're doing is national security. So the intelligence operative was always seen as, oh well, national security. Oh my God, we can't touch it. We can't touch it because it's a big issue. That's why they were reluctant. I mean, it's not just Mitt Romney. It's like probably half of the Republican Senate is, oh, well, let's not get the media too upset. We don't want to get the media too upset with us. So it'll take a Trump victory again in 2020 over Clinton. It'll take a Trump victory over Clinton again, because it's going to be Clinton, ladies and gentlemen. It is not going to be... See, to understand Democrats, you have to understand the way the Democratic Party does not care about winning. Everyone here cares about winning and losing. Everyone here cares about success and trying to advance in life and trying to be, first and foremost, hopefully happy, but trying to advance, trying to succeed. Democrats don't care about that. They don't even have a set value system. They're very proud of being part of creating a tent. But in this tent, they're like all these different factions hate one another. They can't stand one another. And you have a bunch of people in a tent with different value systems, different goals, different objectives, all thinking they're doing, something on the side of justice, and morality. And they've convinced themselves that 5 million people being lifted out of poverty, 5 million people being lifted out of poverty is a bad thing. They've convinced themselves of this. So 5 million people lifted out of poverty, it's like, it's unbelievable. Doug Barnard, Doug. Okay, forget the witness part or the intelligence operative. What about just not allowing him to be a manager? That would tell the public a lot. Then Pelosi would say, it's my decision. You can't tell me what to do. Because the House, at that point right then, I don't know if McConnell could have, I don't know if there's a procedure in the Senate to prevent the House from appointing their own managers. And I agree with you. I see what you're saying. Adam Schiff is definitely a part of this. I agree with you. It's just the way that, Doug, the way that everything took place was you had people like Mitt Romney and Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins and Lamar Alexander. They were even open to witnesses up until John Bolton, that John Bolton video surfaced. Yes. The John Bolton video where he says, yeah, the call was warm and cordial. Warm and cordial, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Warm and cordial, warm and cordial. And so at that point, when the Senate was, because he didn't have the votes to dismiss. And so I don't think he had the votes or the authority to prevent certain House managers. I don't even know if like the Senate has that authority. Because the House managers were decided by Pelosi. So, but thank you, Doug Barnard. Thank you. And at the end of the day, you know what it is? It's like they have nothing. They have absolutely nothing. But what they do have, like I said, is the media. Media will spin everything into a victory, but it's always a Pyrrhic victory. They lose more than they gain. Democrats they love Pyrrhic victories. They love claiming they've defeated Trump while descending their party into even greater political madness. By the way, Hillary Clinton has refused to be served by Tulsi Gabbard, which is really hilarious. It's just so hilarious. Oh, I love this Utah poll. What's this? Would country be better or worse with Hillary Clinton as president? Gosh, why are these articles coming up? Gosh. Wow. 53% of Utah residents say the United States would be worse off if Clinton occupied the White House. Only 53? Only 24% say the country would be better. This is in Utah. So this is just a publication in Utah. But it's just interesting, like, that's a very conservative state. It's conservative might not be, Like Romney might not love Trump, Jeff Flake might not love Trump, but it's a very conservative state. Why are these articles coming up? Oh yeah, that's right, because Clinton's running. Clinton's running again. That's right. She's running again. I love when like ABC and NBC and I love when CNN and MSNBC and the Washington Post and the New York Times. I love when she runs, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, this is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. I mean, the Democrats already had a front runner in Biden." No, they didn't. No, they did not. No, they did not. This is the biggest charade in American political history. I mean, they are really, really acting, and they all deserve Academy Awards. They're doing an amazing job acting, really. I mean, it's really unbelievable. It is really unbelievable. Well, let's see here. McConnell has the votes. Hillary Clinton refuses to be served Tulsi Gabbard's defamation lawsuit. This is the New York Post. Hillary Clinton has now twice snubbed a process server attempting to deliver the defamation lawsuit filed against her by Democratic presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard. I find it rather unbelievable that Hillary Clinton is so intimidated by Tulsi Gabbard that she won't accept service of process. The Congresswoman's attorney. Oh my God, that's so funny. Then they went to the lawyers, but then the lawyers said, "Nah, we're not going to take it." That is hilarious. So, yesterday you had Hillary Clinton had that urge. Clinton says she feels the urge to defeat Trump in 2020. Do it, yes. Why not? What's the problem? She feels the urge. Now, why would she say this if it's not possible for her to run? Because not only is it possible, she will become nominee. Okay? She will become nominee. This has been, why do you think everything's taken place from the Steele dossier to impeachment? Why? For their health? For what? For what? Because it's just the American politics in action? Because this is just, a political party that it's trying to get Medicare for all? Yeah, right. Clinton says she feels the urge to defeat Trump in 2020. They're not passing any legislation. They ran on Medicare for all. They're not passing any of that. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton said in an interview that she feels the urge to beat President Trump in the coming election and pledged to do everything she can to, quote, help elect the Democratic nominee. It means her. She is talking about her. What is she going to say? I promise to help myself? She's saying I promise to I pledge to help. She's talking about herself. During the interview, she urged to think she said I could beat Donald Trump if I were running. Yeah, I certainly feel the urge because I feel the 2016 election was really odd. An odd time, an odd outcome. Okay, look, you've paved the way. My God, it's going to take only a week for you to crush any resistance, Hillary. Just do it already. Do it. Do it. Nobody's going to be a bigger Hillary Clinton supporter than H.A. Goodman. Nobody. Nobody. And I'll be voting for Trump, but nobody will be a bigger supporter. Just go ahead and do it. Yeah. And the more we learn, the more that seems to be the case. But I'm going to support the people who are running now. What? Like, how about support Tulsi Gabbard by actually accepting the lawsuit, by actually being willing to be served? She's like, I'm going to support the people running. Well, then, accept the lawsuit, the serving of the lawsuit. But I'm going to support the people who are running now and do everything I can to help elect Democratic nominee. I thought everybody wanted my authentic. This is hilarious. So she says nobody likes Sanders. Then she tweeted out, I thought everybody wanted my authentic, unvarnished views. But to be serious, the number one priority for our country and the world is retiring Trump. I'll do whatever I can to support our nominee. But she says nobody likes Bernie Sanders. But then she's just saying, well, come on, let's be serious. So this is hilarious, the way the Clintons work. They insult, they demean, they undermine, they pull back. No, I didn't mean that. Well, it's already there. It's basically, Clinton has been running for 3 years, and her campaign manager has been James Comey and the intelligence operative recently. I mean, it's it's brilliant. She fights and she runs for president without even technically formally announcing, but she's been running. And then she says, "Well, I'll do everything I can to help the people running." She's getting a $50 million lawsuit from Tulsi Gabbard. So, and if Bernie doesn't win Iowa, I don't think he's going to win Iowa. But not with the way they're cheating. They weren't ready for Bernie Sanders in 2016. Okay, I had the pulse of what was going on. But they're ready in 2020. And they're cheating him more so now than ever before. So, I just think that when you look at what's taking place with the Democratic primary, I think that what'll be really hilarious is ladies and gentlemen, after Iowa next week, if Bernie doesn't win, that's not going to be good, because then you're going to get calls, instant calls for anybody to come and save the Democratic Party. Because if it's Biden or anyone else, if it's Bernie Sanders, then they're going to go into overdrive to cheat him. I don't think it'll be Bernie because it's tailor-made. This whole thing is tailor-made to cheat. I've explained this. You need 15% of a room. And then all the other voters who don't have 15% can actually go to your competitors' can actually go to your competitor's campaign and actually vote for them. So if it's Bernie Sanders and Biden, and then there's Klobuchar, Warren, Buttigieg, Steyer, Bloomberg, all 5 of those campaigns in that room, let's say you have 100 people in that room who are of the 5 campaigns that didn't get 15% in the room, they can all go to the person challenging Bernie. You're not voting. Listen, there's no way if you're voting for Bloomberg, you're going to Bernie Sanders. You're going to Biden. So, the way they'll cheat Bernie in Iowa is the way it's set up. The way it's set up is, okay, here's how how they cheat Bernie in Iowa. Okay, this is it's hilarious. The way the precincts, or what do they call them? The votes are tabulated. People just meet up in the basement of a church, in an auditorium, a high school gym, in a person's living room. Okay? Then, Mitchell Smith. Biden is taking one hard on the chin for big time. The Democratic Party. This is going to be a great year. Thanks, HA. Thanks for your hard work. Mitchell Smith, thank you for always watching. I hope all is well. Happy New Year. Thank you, Mitchell. It's going to be amazing. Mitchell Smith, this is going to be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And thank you so very much for your support and your kindness always, and for always watching. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you, Mitchell Smith. What's going to take place, the way they cheat Bernie in Iowa is this. You have Bernie Sanders, Warren, Biden, Bloomberg, Steyer, Buttigieg, and somebody else. Okay, Bernie Sanders is in the Bernie Sanders voters are in the auditorium. They have 15%, more than 15% of the auditorium. Okay. Warren also has more than 15%. Okay. Biden also has more than 15%. Okay. But everyone else, all the stragglers, Bloomberg, Steyer, Klobuchar, others, they get to choose who they're going to morph into. They're going to just vote. They don't have to leave. Bernie's competitors, direct competitors in that room, let's say it's Biden and Bernie, Biden can incorporate and consume, gobble up all the other voters, from the Klobuchar voters, the Steyer, the Bloomberg voters, who don't get the 15% threshold in that room. They don't have to leave. All right? They don't have to leave. It's not like a regular election where if you just, if there's a third party, the third party doesn't go into a candidate they want. The third party just, takes votes away. But the two vying for the presidency or whatever, they still keep their votes. And they don't get the third party votes. In this case, you get you have the ability, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, you have the ability for Bernie Sanders to actually go in with the most voters in an auditorium and then leave as second or third. And there you go. There you go. It's pretty remarkable. It's pretty remarkable the way they, and mind you, this is done all in an informal manner. Okay? This is all done in an informal manner. And then, ladies and gentlemen, when Bernie Sanders says vote for Clinton, the prophecy will almost be completed. The prophecy has to be completed when Clinton loses to Trump again. Ladies and gentlemen, to my super chat, thank you. We're almost at an hour. And, from now on, I'm going to try to do every day a live stream in the morning, a live stream in the evening, and a couple of uploads within the day. I'm with Putin. Cankles for 2020. I'm with Putin. Thank you. I'm with Putin. Hope all is well. That's a great name. A great name. I'm with Putin is a fantastic, fantastic name. I have, the people who watch my channel have amazing, amazing names. They come up with amazing names. Thank you. I'm with Putin. Thank you so very, very, very much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And thank you for your support. Greatly appreciated. It's going to be, I'm with Putin. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a really interesting year. Next week is Iowa. And once Clinton is going to sweep in and take over and help them. Don't you understand? She's going to help them. Crystal, hello. Thank you for watching from the UK. Thank you. I'm with Putin. Great message. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. I'm with Putin. Thank you. Have a great, great day. I'll see you later on this evening, everyone. And Jane, thank you as always for watching, Jane. Thank you. And watch for the uploads later in the day. And definitely be here for the live stream this evening, tonight, around 10 p.m. Ebenezer Adams! I can't imagine Sanders, Biden, Steyer, Bloomberg, Warren, and Klobuchar getting free tickets. Oh, my God. Ay. Ebenezer Adams. I'm with Putin. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ebenezer. Thank you, everyone. God bless. I will see you today. Watch the channel for the uploads. Should be one in, I would say about an hour or so. Thank you so much.